I'm Dawson Schmidt here with the latest stories and developments in this week's Commodity Roundup on Trader PhD. The USDA released its first national crop progress report for the 2025 growing season, and winter wheat conditions are so far a mixed bag. The agency reported that 48% of the crop was in good to excellent condition as of Sunday, and that compared to 56% seen the same week last year, but was 1 point ahead of the 5-year average. USDA meteorologist Brad Rippey says problem areas lingered in parts of the plains.
We do have some drought concerns both on the northern and southern plains. Texas right now leading the nation, 40% of the winter wheat rated very poor to poor. South Dakota next on the list at 38% and Nebraska 33%.
Meanwhile, better conditions in Kansas are helping with higher ratings. 51% of that crop was in good to excellent condition. Heavy rainfall in the southern Midwest has Rippey watching soft red winter wheat conditions closely.
And also notable that the soft red winter wheat in the lower Midwest starting off the season pretty good, but keeping an eye on the rivers and the flooding as the situation unfolds in the next few days.
The USDA reported that U.S. corn planting reached 2% complete compared to 3% seen a year ago. Cotton planting was 1% behind last year at 4% done, and spring wheat planting is off to a good start with 3% of the crop planted. U.S. beef imports are off to yet another record pace in 2025, but could slow upon tariff implementation. U.S. Census data last week showed beef imports totaled 372 million pounds in February, up 6% from a year ago. January through February imports reached 980 million pounds, marking a 15% increase from the same period last year. That was driven by increases from Australia, Mexico, Brazil, and Paraguay. Beef imports have fallen under scrutiny recently. President Trump criticized Australia for not buying American beef while exporting record volumes to the U.S. Meanwhile, U.S. beef exports fell in February. Year-to-date shipments are down 1.3% from last year. Lower exports to Japan and Mexico drove that decline. Dan Halstrom, president and CEO of the U.S. Meat Export Federation, says tariffs are a concern for the beef industry despite tighter U.S. supplies.
Obviously, this is a real concern for USMEF and our industry and our members around the possible retaliation from trading partners. It is our hope that this will not happen, that things can get worked out in a relatively short order. But in the meantime, what we need to do, we USMEF and the industry, we need to keep our eye on the ball and continue to market U.S. beef import globally.
The USDA is set to release its April WASDE report on Thursday amid the tariff chaos and headline risks. While the April WASDE doesn't tend to hold too much excitement, USDA World Agricultural Board Chairman Mark Jekanowski says tariffs could get their light in Thursday's report.
We're ready to address it if anything changes before the WASDE comes out, and if the tariffs are in place, we'll incorporate them.
Jekanowski says if the tariffs are implemented and stay in place, the impacts would be more pronounced in the May WASDE report. Ahead of Thursday's report, though, a Bloomberg survey of analyst estimates expect the agency to lower the 2024 and 25 corn carryout by 28 million bushels to 1.512 billion. Soybean and wheat stocks are expected to be slightly higher than the March forecast at 382 million and 826 million bushels, respectively. Higher corn use is expected to bring global ending stocks lower, while analysts predict an increase in rolled soybean and wheat carryouts. Be on the lookout for analysis of that report after its release. Thanks for watching. I'm Dawson Schmidt, and this has been Trader PhD.